Okay. Give me a small moment here. I need to clean up this board. Oh, if people could just grab their minis, that would be handy. Otherwise, I'll just do it. And I'll just delete this. There we go. And move this off of the table. Okay, there we go. 1 mitosis. There we go. Okay, excellent. So yes, you're keeping a lookout, and when in the distance, you think you hear some talking. Hello, did you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we.
Okay.
Ah, yes, mic mute.
Well, can we sneak closer to try and listen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can,
First,
but that will require you to make a move.
I should make a move.
Yeah, sneak around. So, does everybody want to sneak around? Oh, I thought Mitosa said he was gonna hang back for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe smart after last time. Okay, so if you want to sneak around, please name the tags you're using and give me a roll.
Let's see. I will use snooping around, obviously, and dodge to, know the best ways to make use of the cover that the junkyard provides and sneak in ever closer.
Okay, that's +2. Roll them.
All right. I'll use the R. Did my dice roll?
No. What the hell's
One
wrong?
moment.
You didn't have this problem last time.
Yeah, it's really weird. Did it roll?
That's yes, a 9. What's the problem? Why can't you see?
I have no idea. All my commands are just not doing anything.
Maybe we should log out or something. I don't know.
I'm going to log out and in, and it will take a moment.
Okay. What about Declan?
He's going to use mysterious reality bending to lengthen the shadows.
Okay.
He's going to use subconscious reaction speed to react to any movement of people looking in his direction very quickly.
Okay.
And premonitions to know what's a bad place to step and what isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. So that's +2. Got it. Roll.
Is that a +3?
Wait, +3? I only got premonitions and reality bending.
And what is it? Subconscious reaction speed. Basically,
okay. Give me a roll.
Just moving quickly or reacting quickly. Okay. So 9.
Okay. Hold on. I need to think about this. Okay. As you guys are snooping around, you suddenly notice this old homeless guy sitting there in the corner. You didn't see him at first, but he looks up at you.
Oh. At both of us or just me?
No, both of you. I take it you're sticking together.
Yeah, we were being very sneaky as well, so...
Yeah. Question: is he the source of the talking?
No. He looks like he was asleep just a moment ago.
Weird.
He just gives you an odd. He just gives you an odd stare. He just woke up. He's still a little dazed.
I am so tempted to go. I'm just a dream.
Sleep.
Oh, I can warp reality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering if this is just some homeless guy who's sleeping here, or if he's part of this, because some creepy homeless guy with diseases could certainly be a very Lovecraftian type of thing.
Let's not get too Cthulhu-esque right now.
An old junkyard outside of town seems like a strange place for a hobo to want to sleep as well. It's kind of out of the way.
No, so the cops.
Suspicious. Get rid of the evidence.
So the cops won't actually,
Hey, can you tell me what my weakness tag is under being around?
Yeah, suspicious.
Distrustful.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Sorry for role-playing my character, Ramsey.
God damn it.
I go, I look at him, he looks at me.
Yeah, he's just sitting there staring at you.
Well, I make the be quiet, please motion, and I move on.
You got some change?
Do I have... I'm sure I'm the type of person that has, like, booze on him at all times.
Yeah, you probably maybe have like a canister, like a metal canteen of whiskey or whatever you want to drink.
Okay, well, I don't want to give him the flask to keep. Is there any sort of is there anything I could use as a container lying around, like an old bottle?
Well, he has a paper cup he's holding out.
Okay, I pour booze into it.
He looks a little confused and smells it and says, "Oh, that'll do too. Thanks." And he starts drinking.
Okay.
I can move my die. That's an improvement.
Yes. So you hear some murmuring off in the distance, and one of the murmurs sounds vaguely like, "What was that?"
I say to the bum, we were not here. Understood?
He just finishes his cup, shrugs and lays down, goes back to sleep.
Okay. I'll take a nip from my flask and make a cheers motion towards him, and then I'll head off. Right, well, if we get into cover, if they come round, they should hopefully think it was just the hobo going to the bathroom or something.
Okay.
Then
as
we do
soon
so.
as you guys duck off into cover, you hear what sounds like a couple of teenagers going like, "Hey, I thought I heard some old guys around here," and then another voice goes, "It's probably this old drunk. I won't worry about it if I were you. I can never be careful enough."
Somebody also has a suspicious weakness tag.
I turn to
Ham. Blake.
Blake. I turn to Blake and say, "I don't know which old people they're talking about. It couldn't have been us that they overheard."
I do believe that in the eye of the young, everyone who is not as young as them is considered to be as ancient as the story of Helen of Troy.
Kids.
Indeed, the youthfulness of them.
I can't imagine someone judging someone based purely on their age. Stupid kids.
Indeed. Such a judgment is truly the mark of a fool.
Then you hear, we need to get back. And then the other one repeats, "We need to get back." And they move off.
Did they just repeat what they said?
Yeah. Did they say it in the different voices or the same voice?
Different voices.
But it was like a mini echo, kind of a delayed.
Yeah.
Huh. It's that kind of cult. I stroke my chin and nod knowingly, like I know about these types of mysteries. Another one of those. It's a 7B cult. 7B
I draw out my cell phone, wait for the kids to, and set it to, well, really, really quiet. And then text the big boxer guy and tell him where we are about. Anyway, we should follow them.
Yes, can we ghost them?
Okay, so you're gonna follow them?
Oh, yes. You bet your Jimmy J rocks.
You know what? Since you're basically doing the same thing as before, I'm not gonna have you roll again. That's a little redundant. So, yeah, you do indeed. Also, this is not D&D. You do indeed follow them.
I will. I'll be following them based on when I get the all clear sign, basically.
Yeah, you're following from a distance. Yeah,
they're like 2 meters ahead, and then I slowly follow. When they basically say like, okay, there's no one there that can hear you. Proceed.
Okay, and then you see a bunch of teenagers just like standing there in a circle, and there's this one guy standing there that looks a little uneasy. He's like, so yeah, what are we gonna do here? 'Cause my parents are gonna get worried. I should get home in like a few minutes. And one of the other teenagers goes, "Oh, don't worry, this'll be over. This'll be over quick.
Don't worry, it won't hurt long."
And then I'll be part of the club, right? Yes, exactly. Then you'll be part of the club.
Forever.
That's what you want, right? Yeah, sure, that's cool. So, what do I need to do? Oh, you don't need to do anything. Just keep standing there. It'll be over in a moment. Okay.
Yeah, that is totally not creeping him out.
And two teenagers approach the new guy, and they hold his arms in place, and he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" "Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Like I said, it's gonna be over in a few moments."
Shouldn't we interfere?
And the one who was talking starts approaching the newbie.
Well, if we interfere, we can maybe help the kid, but if we wait and see, we can maybe follow people and stop them altogether.
I do not like waiting and watching.
Exactly, that goes against your heroic nature.
Indeed.
Well, it depends whether the one kid...
Too bad I can't compel people in this game.
Yeah, I really... Yeah. Because, yeah.
Think of the bigger picture.
But we have all the children here. One of them will talk.
Is there an Asian kid?
At first glance, no. None of them seem familiar. It's like a small group, by the way, like maybe 5 or 6 of them, and then the newbie.
Yeah, and with one of these 7B cults, if we get them, we're probably not going to be able to get any information out of them either. They'll just...
You never know.
They won't give us any.
What, pray tell, is a 7B cult?
One of these Gestalt consciousness evil possession cults.
Okay, while you're chatting, it continues.
What?
By the way.
Yes.
You notice the lead guy, approaching the newbie, who seems like extremely nervous and suddenly looks like he doesn't want to be there, and then he comes up to him straight in his face, and the other one gets, of course, even more uncomfortable, and then he breathes in his face, like very, very obviously, like he opens his mouth and goes like,
Do we see anything?
no. He just breathes in his face. It's very weird.
Indeed.
What is
You
the other
especially
kid's
don't see
reaction?
anything because you're not in the immediate vicinity.
I see.
Then the guy
So what,
the newbie starts like acting a little strangely. He like shakes a little bit and stuff, and then they let him go, and then he like lowers his arms, and then they all turn away and head off into the same direction.
This is so much like Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Definitely a 7B.
Now, so you're saying that this 7B cult is run by Nazis?
Pavel, give me a sneak
Nazis?
around roll.
The Nazis aren't involved in everything, you know. That's mostly just...
No, because you're mentioning the German Secret Service.
Gestapo? Not the Gestapo, Gestalt.
Which tags did you use?
Well, you clearly wanted me to fail, Ramses. Just admit it and give me my damn
Reward.
points.
Yeah, but which tags did you use?
I tried to use changes. What's it again? Change skin texture and color.
Okay. In that case, I am indeed gonna give you a extra chip. This time you get a point of attention on your survivability because you're monstrous and you stand out.
Yeah, so I imagine that they suddenly go like, "Hey, that car wreck wasn't there before." Because I tower over things. Like, that stack of cars wasn't that tall before. You're like a grumbling, like, fuck.
Okay, you hear like one of the teenagers shouting, "Who's there? Show yourself!"
Actually, at that point, you'll go, "You sure you want that kid?" And then he's going to actually step out, tilt his hat back, and go like, "What?"
They don't look startled. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me load something for you.
Oh, it's just another bomb.
Yeah, that was actually what I was going for. Like him just being like, "This is a place where the detritus comes. Get out of my place."
Okay.
Wetting your pants was a good thing to help you camouflage in as a tramp. I appreciate it.
Your face.
Come on. Work
Your
with
face,
me here,
stuff it.
bags. My bags don't want to cooperate. Here we go.
You should see a doctor about that.
What? No, it's not like that. I swear.
Tell them you won't buy them anything more until they sort themselves out.
What are we even talking about anymore?
Well.
By the way, I'm loading. I'm like preparing an encounter for you guys. If I just get this back to cooperate.
In that case, we should go. Really? But you mentioned the Secret Service. Then the German spies, like Herr Flick.
What are you guys even talking about?
Gestalt, not Gestapo. It involves a unified group, but not as many leather coats.
The leather coats are optional.
That does not sound very ominous. I mean, strength for unity, right?
Ah, crap. Accidentally deleted something I shouldn't have.
Rewind time!
That's what I'm doing.
Who do you
But
think
if it
you
takes
are?
too
Tempest?
long, I'm just gonna... Yeah, apparently he doesn't want to cooperate.
That doesn't sound very ominous. I mean, strength for unity, right?
Okay, fuck it. I'll just copy a couple of them. There we go. Okay, you are cornered by 5 menacing teenagers.
Oh.
I did not mean it for it to sound that silly.
The nightmare of every
sorry.
mall cop.
Yes.
So they are actually they're approaching with weapons in hand.
Some of them have like a baseball bat or something like that, but nothing fancy.
So do they say anything?
No, they're just approaching you. They look pretty menacing and stuff. But you have no idea what their deal is.
Do they move in a creepy synchronized manner?
Yeah, that they do.
Right.
They...
Okay. I want to change the game.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I see that you've piled all these nice things around me.
Yeah, that's a bunch of garbage.
Is in this dump, like I told him that I imagine they're like cars being piled up on top of each other, like you see in some places.
Not exactly. It's more like junk and parts and what have you, not entire cars. Sorry.
Oh, is it a pile of junk?
Unless, of course, you want there to be a car, you could always
basically
change
my
the
idea
game.
is I want to collapse a pile of junk in front of me so they can't get to me because I don't feel like fighting teenagers.
That's totally doable.
And then use that to cover my valiant escape.
Yay! Okay,
So for that,
change the game.
Yeah. So I'll be using my huge, my can grow extra limbs, and my instant muscle building because these are all things that I think are useful for toppling piles of garbage.
Yes, that makes sense indeed.
That is a 8.
In total. That would be a success. And spend on a hit, you get juice equal to power. So you get 3 juice.
Okay.
That was gone again.
God damn it.
God damn it, Dawa.
So you can do 3 things. Just check the core moves list. You can, of course, you wanted to summon a new object that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Well, my one tag is basically I want to summon a pile of garbage between me and the kids that is hard to cross.
Okay, you know what? Either you just summon this pile of garbage and it just has basically a tag that tells you it's hard to cross. Mm-hmm. And that will delay them for a set amount of time. And you can basically keep the rest of your juice, meaning you have 2 juice left you can spend at any other time. Or you can just put all of your juice into this one obstacle, so it's really hard to get out of.
Well, I want to put 1 juice in getting the obstacle moved. I'll do that like this.
Uh-huh.
And basically at the same time moving it so that I can escape, if that makes sense. Because you said I was cornered, and I just pull the junk to the side of me, in front of me, and move away from there.
Okay, you know what? That is gonna use up 2 juice. You have 1 juice left. And let me quickly give you something because I've actually not considered that I probably needed tokens to represent said juice. What a silly name, though, juice.
Yes. Is it something like hero points?
Not really, because you only use it and change the game.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Well,
they made this a lot fancier all of a sudden. You know what? I'm just gonna give you these tokens I have over here. Hold on. White or black? Let's use black.
Wouldn't change actually be funnier? Like have some change.
You bum. Can I have some change?
A coin? I'm not sure I have coins. Let me check. I have poker chips though.
Yeah, fine. Anything's fine.
Okay.
So basically, Mitosis collapsed a part of junk behind him and used the opening to get running.
Here, have some change.
I have some change.
There we go, a quarter.
and then Mitosis kind of runs off.
Okay. And
There you go.
1 juice left. Okay, great.
There she goes. Whoop, 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 whoop. No? Okay.
He does not go whoop, 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 whoop.
So, mitosis is in a spot of bother. And of course, the rest of you, but you were unfortunately distracted with your arguing / explaining. And, but then you suddenly hear like this huge crashing noise, like a bunch of junk comes tumbling down. I assume this attracts your attention.
Yes.
And then you see, and you see the large form of mitosis like running.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Kids! Why did it have to be kids?
Scary teenagers.
Well, mostly because they're more breakable than Russian thugs.
Also, Babel, be very careful when you sit down because salamanders on your chair, and you don't want to break them.
Okay.
So that's my turn. What do the others do?
Yeah, so what are you gonna do, guys?
First,
Well-
I'll sigh deeply and loudly.
Then I'll put my hand over his mouth to muffle the sound. Shh. We are engaging in a stealth mission.
You did notice the giant man running about with trash falling down, yes?
Indeed, I have.
Meanwhile, the
But-
teens spent their combined action to clear away the trash. That was their turn.
But they do not know that we, the true shadows of the night, are here.
But aren't you heroic?
Well, I'm pretty sure that our good friend can run away from these kids.
So you guys aren't gonna get involved.
We're going to follow the kids,
Okay.
and we'll just, stay hidden until Mephosis needs our assistance.
You guys, since you remain in the back, you notice that two of them broke off from the group, one of them being the newbie, and they are heading into a different direction.
We'll follow them then.
Are they trying to cut Mitosis off, or
I'm sorry?
are these two kids trying to cut Mephosis off, or are they just,
No, they're
going-
heading off into a completely different direction.
We shall follow.
Alright.
Reluctantly, I'm looking at me. I really want to help Mephosis out, but fine. Yes. Follow the leader and the newbie.
Right? They use their turn, and mitosis is going to keep on running.
Okay. In that case, if you just concentrate on running, you're gonna lose them eventually. They eventually give up.
Well, my plan is to basically try and not have to fight teenagers.
Yeah. So, because you had a head start, you luckily lose them after a while.
All right, that's fine with me.
Yes. Alright. So, for the rest of you, you keep following the two other kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. They're heading back into town, and no, wait, they're heading out of the junkyard first. They climb over the fence, get on their bikes, and drive off. Which makes it a little hard for you to keep following, unless, of course, you're gonna get in your van and go into creepy stalker mode.
Of course. Salamander's already halfway there, so...
Okay, you leave poor Mitosis behind.
I am not creepy. I am a handsome stalker.
Classy.
Actually, given how movies work, that actually is a good argument.
Did you ever see the Saturday Night Live with Tom Brady, where they were talking about what was it called, like sexual relations in work? And it was about being creepy versus being nice. And the whole thing was basically the guy who was kind of average looking would say something to the women and they would take offense at it. And then Tom Brady would come and be really sexually aggressive with them, but they would like it because he was handsome. So it was basically, if you're not handsome, be very careful about what you say. Like Tom Brady is actually like the guy would say, you want to go for a coffee somewhere, and they take offense at it. And then Tom Brady would come like in his underwear and go like, hey, want to come back to my place? And they go like, oh, yes. So
you keep following them in your creepy stalker van, and after a while they split up and head into different directions. Who do you follow?